The Blackstar ID Core Stereo 10 version 2. This is supposed to be a very good practice amp. At least it's hugely popular and it's very affordable. Does it sound any good? We'll find out after this intro. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karilainen. It's good to have you along. You can call me this guy if my name is tricky to pronounce. Today we're taking a look at the Blackstar ID Core 10 version 2 stereo. And yeah, it's super affordable. It's just 115 euros here in Europe. Roughly 120, 30-ish dollars, something like that. I don't know what it goes for in the States. You can let me know in the comments. It's a small practice amp. It isn't battery powered, and it's kind of, if you compare it to some really small amps, it's actually quite large. But it looks like a proper amp. It has a few different sounds: warm clean, bright clean, crunch, super crunch, overdrive 1 and overdrive 2. It has a gain knob, volume, and an ISF, which is basically your EQ type thing, so it's more British or it's more American. It has built-in effects, reverb, delay and modulation, and as it says on the box, super wide stereo. Now, to be honest, from a box this size, you're not gonna get super wide stereo. No, you're not actually even gonna get stereo. It might be stereo, but the result when you're sitting away from it will be mono. So that, it being super wide stereo, is a huge load of bollocks. But it might be good. In kind of the regular sounds might be good, and the delays might be good, and the reverbs might be good. They're just not really actually properly stereo. That's just to market to, well, whoever is gullible enough. So let's get going. I have a Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Strat with Seymour Duncan YJM Fury pickups. I have an Overdrive in front of me just to see what this thinks of an overdrive, and that's basically it. I'm recording the controls as well so that you can see what the controls look like. Handy, because some people can't use their ears. I know it's more interesting to watch an amp than a guitar player, especially me. So let's get going. This is warm clean, or clean warm. Yes, clean warm, ISF all the way down to 0, gain halfway, and no effects. Let's add a bit of reverb. See how ambient we can get this. Yeah, I don't know how to play that. I'm on the cusp of it, as it were. But this sounds quite nice. Let's add a bit of overdrive. Okay, so it's sounding quite nice. Let's check out the clean bright. Okay, sounds, yeah, I like it so far. Getting into the crunch territory. Out of tune. Okay, let's see what the delay sounds like. So I dropped the reverb. So there are 4 different types that you can set for reverb and for delay and for modulation as well. It sounds okay. Let's drop it a bit and go over to, let's check out how much gain this does in this crunch mode. And let's see what the ISF does. Yeah, I prefer it the other way. Let's try it with an overdrive. Next crunch. This one is known as Super Crunch. Reminds me of a Devin Townsend song called Super Crush, but I can't play that. Good song, by the way. Okay, so I've gain maxed out on this. Next one is Overdrive 1. I might get stick for this, but I don't care. I'm getting tired of these. It sounds nasally. This type of amp, there are a few good ones, decent ones, but mostly it just feels so made up somehow. Last one, OD2. This one reminds me a bit of Nuno Bettencourt in some way. I can't do that thing. I think he does it with delay, actually. Yeah. It's as if someone was standing on a wall. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, of the OD1 and OD2, I think this is my favorite. So I'll just fiddle with the Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive I have in front of me and use that as a clean boost. See what that does to the sound. Yeah, it doesn't do terribly much to my playing ability and not to the sound either. Let's go back to, I think Crunch 1 was my favorite. Sorry, it was called just Crunch. Compare it to Crunch 2. I think Crunch 1. Sorry, just Crunch. Okay, so let's use this as a kind of building platform for a pedal. That would be roughly what I would have from the Plexi. And then I would have the gain on full on the Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive and level. Well, we'll set that to taste. Just added a bit of gain. Yeah, 115 euros is not a lot of money for an amp, and it has USB inputs and auxiliary inputs and USB outputs, and so you can record with it, and an emulated line out. Basically what I care about and still care about is just the amp itself. I don't care about all that else. If you do, fine. Maybe this channel isn't for you. Because I don't care about that stuff, I don't feel I'm qualified to kind of comment on it even, because I never use that stuff. I have the atomic amplifier, which I use at home for demoing purposes. that sounds so much better than this. Even just the amp thing, it's more expensive and it's all of that. Yes, I know. But then again, my Roland Microcube, which when it was new cost about the same as this, is much better than this. For me. The super wide stereo thing is an absolute joke. It's total rubbish. I mean, you would have to have kind of an amp standing here. That might hear super wide stereo or regular stereo. But still, for 115 euros, I wouldn't discount this. I mean, it's not terrible. I just say there are better options out there, like the Roland Microcube, like the Boss Katana Mini. If you want to go slightly bigger, I think the Fender Mustang LT25 is roughly in this price range. If you want to add $100, you start going into the Katana territory, the 50-watt version. So there are options out there, and this isn't for me. It's not for me. The cleans were good. The OD2 was kind of interesting, and definitely probably some people will like it. I kind of like that one, but the kind of bread and butter stuff that I want from an amp, a good overdriven sound that you maybe boost a bit with an overdrive, or a crunchy sound that you boost a lot with an overdrive. Didn't like the ones that this had. It sounded like a high gain amp, and I don't like high gain amps, but that's just me. So the bottom line is, I want an amp to sound, regardless of how it sounds actually, I would just want it to feel, or make me feel that I want to play more, and this doesn't do that. It doesn't do that for me. So for me, it's a thumbs down, sorry to say, but that's my honest opinion. And I bought this, so I can say whatever I want. You can be as offended as you want. Some people always are. You can't say bad things of my amp. I bought this amp. Sorry about the accent. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, so even at 115 euros, I wouldn't buy it. But you might enjoy it. So I hope this review was helpful. Thank you to my patrons over at Patreon for making this kind of thing possible. They support me, and that's great. You can check out my Patreon page. There's a link in the description. Other than that, check out more of my amp reviews. There's a playlist somewhere over here. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification. Click like and comment. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Hope to see you in another one. Bye!